Ep001.
Broadcasting live from Toronto, Canada. This is the Youth Community Culture Podcast with your host, Olu Q.
Welcome, family. It's your host, Olu Q here, and I want to welcome you to the first episode of the Youth Community Culture Podcast. I'm so excited to have you here with us today. This is our inaugural episode, and we're going to just take this time to just kind of lay a foundation and kind of help you get an understanding of what we intend to do with this podcast and some of the reasons as to why we started the podcast and what we hope to gain from it. So again, I want to thank you for joining us today. We are so excited again, and I want to just jump right into why we're doing this, what this show is about. So essentially, this Youth Community Culture Podcast will be a hub, a space, a platform, a community that we want to create in order to be able to support people who have an interest in youth issues, youth culture, social issues that affect and impact young people. This is what we are trying to do and to create a space to have open discussions, to share knowledge. As a youth service professional, my goal is to bring you the best of the best in our sector. People who are doing the work on various levels with young people, engaging in a proactive manner. And our goal is to be able to have them come onto our show and share knowledge with you every single week. That's our goal. You can expect frank discussions. We're going to keep it real all the time. If you know me, you know that I'm going to talk straight. I'm going to ask the questions that you want to hear. My goal is to be able to bring you, the listener, information that will be helpful, that you can utilize and hopefully, apply to your lives. The goal is to get you to leave the show with new ideas, new concepts, new thoughts, and hopefully new approaches to working with the young people that you encounter in your life. So, a little bit about me. I've been in this sector for about 20 years now. I began working with young people as a teenager, and I just continued all throughout my life. About 8 years ago, I founded a not-for-profit named Concrete Roses Youth Services, and I'm still currently the ED of that agency. It's a youth service agency located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and we serve marginalized, racialized young people across the city. I have a background in early childhood education. I did that many moons ago. Also have a diploma in social service work and recently a BSW, Bachelor of Social Work, that I have attained. And I plan to actually continue on to do a master's degree in the fall. So we're excited about that. I've been an advocate for youth issues for as long as I could remember. I'm totally infatuated with youth culture and trying to find innovative ways to support that demographic, that population. So this is what we're going to be doing here every single week, talking openly and honestly about the issues. We'll talk about youth justice, youth in education, youth violence, youth in employment, youth in recreation. And this is geared towards, again, youth service professionals, our social workers, youth workers, community workers, but it's also geared towards our educators because they play a key role. Our mentors, our coaches, and of course, without saying, our parents. If you are a parent and you are dealing with the challenges of raising a youth, a young person in these times, this is the place to be. We're going to invite you back here to come listen every week because you will have access to people who are doing the work on a professional level. I'm going to ensure that the people that I bring here are coming with an understanding of how to support, and they have a proven record of doing so. So I'm excited about it. This is going to be a great space, and I look forward to having you join us every week. I'm going to release the episodes every Friday. That's our goal right now. So it's going to be a weekly episode released on the Friday. And how you can find us right now, we're going to ask you to jump onto our website, visit our website. It's OLUQ Speaks. That's OLUQ Speaks.com. And our podcasts are hosted there. We're also going to be putting up an iTunes link shortly. We will be hosting the podcast on iTunes as well. And on the website, you can visit. You can learn more about the podcast, about the concept, and you can also, of course, leave comments or feedback there. There's a page. There's a contact page where you can actually connect with us directly. And if you have any questions or any feedback, we are always going to be checking those accounts because it's important to understand how we can improve our show, and of course to get a sense of what it is that you want to hear as a listener, what you want to know more about. And our goal is to bring you up-to-date, current, innovative approaches to youth work and community development. So check us out again. First episode. We are excited, so grateful for all the work that's gone into it. I want to say thank you to a few people who have been extremely supportive. A young man named Yoel. Yoel is a expert in marketing and back-end development. He's been extremely supportive. So Yoel, I want to thank you for your commitment to this project. I want to thank Solitaire. Solitaire is a Canadian music icon, and he happens to be a personal friend, someone that has always been a supporter of the work that I've done with young people. So when I called him and say, listen, can you lend some support and make sure that our audio sounds correct and that we're in a good space, he was there right away. So Solitaire, thank you very much. I will have a link to his studio on the site as well. You can check it out, and please visit his studio. He is a incredible producer and artist, so please check his link out on our website. All right, so big up to the family, big up to everybody. I thank you for the support. Toronto, you've been crazy so far. The feedback has been incredible. People are excited about this project. I'm looking forward to bringing the best of the best every single week to our podcast. All right, so thanks for listening to our first episode of Youth Community Culture. Next week, join us as we kick off our series on youth violence. This is a topic that I have always been extremely passionate about. If you know me, you know that I've been involved in what we call high-risk work over the years, and I wanted to begin our podcast by touching on a topic that impacts a lot of us in the community. We keep seeing young men dying in the streets, and we don't know why this is happening. We don't understand what some of the thought patterns and the rationale is behind these choices. So our first episode will be a three-part series, or our first series will be 3 episodes where we talk to a young man who grew up in Toronto social housing and has a very interesting story to tell. So I thought that was the place to start. We need to hear the youth narrative, so I wanted to bring that to you. This is for parents who are dealing with young people who might be involved in the system. This is for single mothers who are raising boys, young men. in priority communities. It's for the workers who are trying to engage that population and trying to support those young men and to provide programs for them to engage them. This is for you because he'll be here telling you his story, and it's a remarkable story, and I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. So tune in next week for that. And then the following week, we have a agency here, a director from an agency called Think Twice Ministries, prison ministries actually. And what they do is they go into prisons across Ontario and engage and support men who are incarcerated. So we're going to hear what happens on the inside and some of her experiences dealing with men who have taken that route, who are now incarcerated in prisons across the province. So again, this is the realness. We're going to bring it to you, and we're excited about it. So please tune in next week because we have so many things to share with you, and we have great stories to tell you. And our goal is to help you learn, help us learn together, and we're looking forward to it. All right? So again, Youth Community Culture Podcast comes out every week. If you have any questions, you can email me or the show at yyc@oluqspeaks.com. Again, that's yyc@oluqspeaks.com. You can find me on Instagram or on Twitter at oluqspeaks. All right? Yo, family, blessed love. Until next time.